Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity 2. I have just finished up what looks like to be the intro to the Beast of Winter, whatever, DLC. But I think on that note, I got places to be. Gotta exit this tower, please. Here we go. I have one more thing. Basically, one more area to investigate. After the Sacred Stair. I think I've got most of the Sacred Stair stuff, don't I? See, here's the whole problem with this stuff, is that I keep... my schedule only lets me record a batch every 2 weeks, so I have to play catch-up every 2 weeks to try to remember where I was. I should try to make it weekly, really. That would be ideal. Oh, man. Come on. Yeah, I've already been through most of this stuff. I've talked to Tiabu, right? Alright, so let's let's head up here. Pretty sure that's the last place.
Candles and bombs.
Talk to this vendor real quick.
Shining God, light your path, stranger. Can I interest you in any of our wares? We gathered what we could. Much of our coin goes towards feeding those in need over at the temple.
Sure, let's take a look. Oh, a necklace of fireballs? Boots of speed? This is just straight up D&D stuff? Okay. Well, I don't really need either. The Sacred Stair? Where the hell does this go? Oh, okay, I see. It's all the way down here. Well, let's head on to the next part of town, and then I should go down to the gullet to see what happened to that dude that got lowered down there. But one thing at a time, I guess. Heading on up. And another loading screen. Alright, we there? Is this a fast one? Serpent's Crown. Got a warrior, got the guard. There's the palace. I don't want to go to the palace immediately. Let's explore downstairs first. There's Netehe. Let's talk to you.
You return. What say, friend?
Alright, that's not who I need to talk to. Let's go down here. Still nobody? Yeah, I think it actually tells you when it's important people, right? Well, there's an estate. More guards. Una.
I'm sure I have the perfect gemstone to match your eyes. Take a look.
Alright, let's see what you have for sale. We've got Pearlescent Rhomboid Hellstone. It gives a 10% chance to reflect against spells. A Ring of Boundless Stars. Basically gives you use on activate spells, I think. Minor Protection, Stone of Power, and Amulet of Health. A lot of really minor items out here. It's not terrible. It just looks like there's just some estates up here. It doesn't look like there's a lot of anything really. Okay, what's this? Lady Espero's estate, which is locked. So I guess these are all estates I could be in that require quests to get to, I guess. Let's check out up here. There's a wealthy gentleman there.
Or prey.
Alright, Nangata. A woman with skin like hardened sailcloth sits upright and stares off to the distance, her lips held in a tight and thoughtful pinch. She blinks and sits even straighter as you cross her view.
So, it will be you, then.
What will be me? Her hand strays toward a sheath at her side, but she holds your gaze evenly. What?
You do not know what I talk of, Akira?
No, I don't.
I owe you an apology. I have collected many foes over the years. Some of them would sprint up the mountain to see me push through the jaws of the great eel.
She exhales and moves her hand back to her lap. Who are you? With me, it's usually a pit or some Nguithan machine instead of an eel.
Akira? I am certain it took hard work to earn such accomplished and capable foes.
She folds her arms and smiles at you.
As Nangata Whale Splitter, I cleared the jungles and seas alike of slippery creatures. I earned my foes later, when I hunted a deadly prey.
She winks. Men, lots of men, extremely tall women, or pirates. We'll go with pirates.
Akira, often. I was a bounty.
Really? And got a lot of bounties.
I heard you'd gone all dry up in Driftwood. The sea word weren't far from the mark.
Spoken like a man who has never heard a driftwood club crack an enemy's skull.
Nangata lifts her brow at Seraphim before returning her focus to you.
It's been years since I tossed a harpoon, so now I stay abreast of what bounties need filling. That's Mataru retirement for you.
Oh, she's got more bounties. Okay. What ones do you have available?
Interested in taking up the trade, are we?
Nangata thumbs her chin and smiles as she considers.
I warn you that I deal in the heads of the exceptionally dangerous. A lady needs standards, after all.
She raises her brow and searches for any sign of hesitation. I assume that means they're exceptionally well priced.
You assume right, Hunter. Let's cut your teeth on clever Bena, infamous dwarf mystic of the obscure. A scavenger, I say. Picks off those who trust her for an evening, and then pockets their coin when she's bled them out.
Sounds rough.
Bena was seen traveling on an island due southwest of Osongo.
I'll return with her head. Farewell. Alright, and what do you got, Letty?
Do you seek companionship on your travels across the Deadfire? Why not take a little friend along? We have many animals on offer.
Okay, a pet vendor.
For a new home.
See what you have.
Akira, you are sure to find one that suits you.
Bubble the cat. You move more quickly in combat. Elmo. Another move more quickly. Ginger Demon is perception. Catherine von Kilnan the cat? Oh, this is funny, man. Like, realistically, I feel like I should... Oh, 5% chance to cast Withdrawal, Recall Agony on owner when attacked while near death. Why would you cast Recall Agony? That's neither here nor there. Rare Dan. Ginger L. Esri, Pumpkin Eater. I feel like I should at some point come back here and buy everything. So let's go to... Let's see. Can we get into this estate? Huh. Curious and curious. I guess I should go to the palace at some point. Huh. What's in here? Oh, look, you're like translucent. Are you a ghost?
At last. Akira, I have waited. There you are.
The spirit tilts her head, considering you. After a moment, she reaches a hand towards you. Reach out your hand. Your hand passes through hers. She lets out a soft, sighing sound and draws her hand back.
I did not expect to wait so long for Rikuhu's messenger. Or have you come as Barrett's usher?
Huh.
The foreigners twist even our gods. Should you not be a dwarf?
I'm not the usher, I'm a watcher.
Akira, I have not met one before. Nor will I again, I think. But you are here to take me away, are you?
I mean, you can come along.
Well, I refuse to go. Never will I move from this place until justice is done.
She stamps her foot soundlessly.
I follow Magrin's way. Yet sickness took me before my time. I died alone and without honors. It must be put right. My body cannot be left here to rot, forgotten.
Who were you?
I have been many things. And in performing my duties, I brought honor to my caste and to my kin. A sea captain, a great explorer, trusted advisor to the Queen herself.
Sounds like you got a long life.
Before I left the sea for the mountains to make maps and guide others. Chief navigator. That is what I made of myself.
Do you know where you are?
I can see nothing in this place of death but distant lights. But I feel I must be close to where I died.
So her body is somewhere in here. That's kind of messed up. It's the last thing you remember?
Sickness. Days of it. Lying in my own filth as the disease.
Kind of nasty.
I passed from wakefulness to sleep with every breath. But I knew it once when it was over.
Is that why you haven't moved on? I could help you.
Of course. Some kind of mistake was made, and now Magrin will put it right. I thank you. Please, search my home. My body cannot be far.
Okay, so I gotta find the body in the estate.
Leave it to me.
Now we'll go ahead and grab these. And these. There's the body. Oh, and another dog to stuff in my backpack. Okay.
I'll see it done.
Let me grab your dog real quick.
Only check up on her, I
You?
guess.
That's sad. I'll take these. I'll take all this. And we'll take your remains. I made that squishing sound when I picked them up.
Have you found it? Akira, I hope I have not rotted away.
I found a body in the bed. I assume it's yours.
To think, a Mutaru of the Kahunga tribe left to die alone and forgotten. Unthinkable.
Shouldn't be too hard to arrange funeral rites.
Not so difficult now that you are here to carry my body. Take my body to the Temple of Magrin in the Sacred Stair. There is a great fire there that burns eternally.
Okay. Do I just chuck it in there?
Burn my body
Yeah.
there, so that it may be dedicated to Magrin in death. I cannot pass from this life until all is in order.
Very well, I will fulfill your final wish.
You are a blessing. I would complain that you arrived late, but no matter.
Hey, no problem. How long have they been there? Okay, doesn't tell you. Let's go. And there's another estate on here that I should go to. Takano's estate. Just walking around with a rotting corpse in my inventory. Go on. Go on. There we go. Well, what's in here? I was like a dojo almost.
See the scratches on the wood?
An older Mataru man stands ringed by younger Hawana. Apprentices or pupils, it seems. His robes shimmer with quartz beading, and his perfume announces his presence from across the room. Yet beneath his finery, he looks like a fighter gone to seed. Disused muscles flop from his arms, and flab pads him like so many layers of silk. He looks up and notices you.
Greetings, and welcome to my home.
He gestures to the lavish room, puffing his broad chest out a little
For
more.
what do you come to my villa?
Is he going to do this every time?
Takano continues grinning at you, oblivious to Alof's irritation. Your essence slips from your body, and Takano's soul enfolds you like a warm, oily thing. As his fears and questions seep into you, your perspective shifts to his. At first you worry this mid-meadow folk you have been sent by the Valian debt collectors. It would be a low trick, taking advantage of your famous hospitality, but then those Valians are crafty. Perhaps if your villa were bigger, then he might know you're a man worthy of respect. At least you have the shell. You tuck it away not only for safekeeping, but also because you are a little ashamed of it. How could such a simple, ugly thing be sacred to a god? But it was a gift from the queen, and so you keep it. Your gaze strays over to the wall. Yes, you must knock down that section there and install a wide, grand window once you have the money. You retreat from Takano's soul and find him watching you with a placid smile. Yeah, nothing, just finding out what's what. I'm presuming that we come here to collect that thing later on. If I take the right thing, which I'm probably not going to, because this sounds like a specific sort of quest. Let's go burn this body. Go back to the stairs. Alright, let's do it. Prosperous lady. I'm assuming that's not somebody I need to talk to. Kick it into fast mode. I keep forgetting. I hate the fact that it resets itself. You know? Like I exit the game and then it resets fast mode. Terrible, terrible. Back to the sacred stair.
Adair,
Oh.
I get the feeling you don't like me much. Was it something I said? I think it was something I said.
No, it's not. You're not doing anything wrong, exactly.
Really? I mean, you tell me if you had a problem, right? If I'd bothered you this whole time?
It's nothing personal. I just don't think we need to be talking, is all.
Oh. Well, thanks for clearing that up.
That doesn't clear anything up, does it? Huh. Alright, so we're going to go to High Priest Hati.
Each obstacle is a challenge we must answer. These are whetstones that sharpen us into fine blades.
Muai has passed. I'd like to commit her body to flames. The priest's calm demeanor is shattered by his hissed utterance. He glances around you both.
Do you know what you do? This woman you carry, she cannot receive such rights. To risk the Queen's anger. Muhai has broken with Wahana. The Queen has forbade that any should have contact with her. Akira, she would be banished to the Undercity if not for her sickness. And now that has finished her.
What does that mean?
How to say? The sharing that is right among our people. Each of us in what way we can. It is the role of the Mataru to guide.
So basically she can't do it, right?
A group of the Wapua came to seek Muhai's counsel, for she was known as a great navigator. Muhai was of the Oweki before she came to Nekataka. The Oweki and Wapua were enemies for many years, before Queen Onekaza's time. Muhai misled the hunting party, and they were lost. All of us are Kahanga now.
Oh, I see. So she betrayed him.
As Muhai turned her back upon her kin, so we were commanded to turn ours upon her. The Queen would have us join our tribes into one raised fist. She could not let Muhai's crime stand.
She gave them bad directions, not the same as murdering them.
Those who kill by sword and those who kill by cunning. To the dead, it makes no difference.
So it's a political decision?
I say it was done for the good of our people. The traitors, they make war upon themselves. Each dousing another's flame, they are reduced to embers.
And I say your queen is a shrewd leader. You should consider yourselves fortunate.
He nods, clearly impressed. She died alone, isn't that enough?
So too did she act on her own, against her own people. She does not deserve the honor of walking with the gods.
Alright, can she not redeem herself?
Muhai is dead. She has lost her final battle.
Who says one's chance for redemption ends with death? For some, it's only the beginning.
Come. Give me the body. I will bury her beyond the great.
Is there no other way?
You are not of the Kahanga tribe. For what do you do this?
I feel sorry for her.
Well. Muhai has brought great sorrow upon herself.
I will do as she asks and burn her body.
You would defy the word of our queen?
Very well, what should I do?
Give me the body. You would defy the word of our queen?
The priest looks down at you, his lion face twitching to a sullen frown. Dump the body into the fire. Just poosh. Oops. I dropped it. You heave your grim burden in the brazier. It lands with a scattering of embers. The body burns with unlashable swiftness in the flames, reduced to ash within what seems to have been mere moments. Nearby, the priest regards the dancing flames with a grim disapproval.
This will not go unnoticed, outsider.
It is done. I can feel it. I am certain of it. My essence returns to me.
You can detect no change in Muhai's spectral form now that her corpse is gone. All the same, she raises her hands to the height of her eyes, examining them.
You have greater loyalty within you than those of my own blood, Watcher. You have freed me.
Nod.
When I was yet not too sick to rise, and had hope of leaving the city, I hid away a jewel with which I could buy passage. Climb the temple steps and search among the pillars. You will find it behind a loose stone. I will not sail again.
Okay, a loose stone behind the pillars.
I will find my way from
I hope I haven't already got it.
Amira's winds blow sweet upon you, Watcher. May you...
Alright, so... A loose stone behind here. Wait, here? Is this it? Oh, we got a cloak of deflection and a bunch of gems. Grab it. Alright, back up. We gotta talk to the queen now, which is gonna suck, but...
Lord's foot's and an heavy bullet, our captain.
Just making sure there's nothing up here I need to grab. Should have done the queen stuff before I turned that in.
You'd be better off mooning after someone with half a foot between their ears, lass.
You can't dictate what the heart wants, Seraphim. Thought you, of all people, would know that.
Well, the art can be a right stupid git sometimes. But don't always deserve your listening.
So we got two entries to Congo Palace.
Leave it to me. Hold a moment. You may visit the palace and its shrine, but be warned. The Queen meets with trading company Vipers. Take care you are not bitten.
I have information for the queen.
You will find her in her throne room through the door behind me. Inform the guards of your purpose. Whether the queen will hear you above the baying of her guests is another matter.
The guard gestures toward the door, dismissing you. Okay. Stepping on in. And then there was 4 minutes of loading screen. Alright. Scripted cutscene.
While I am flattered by the esteemed Hazanui's confidence, I must wonder how my people are meant to have destroyed an entire colony overnight.
The Valiant dignitary aims a withering look across the aisle. A middle-aged woman with a square jaw and tar-stained teeth meets it.
You tell us. It's no coincidence that your outpost at Port Mage survived the recent storm.
She pulls a slender pipe from her pocket, but a look from the queen's attendant, she puts it away.
You speak as if I could command the tides, while you are casting your blame in a wide net. Why not look to our Kahanga allies? We do not share their talent for shaping water.
A sizable Amma, standing by the throne, takes a bold step forward and flares his nostrils at the assembled dignitaries. A hush falls over the room.
I see our guest forgets himself.
He clears his throat and sweeps his gaze from Nero to the rest of the room.
Brother, stand down.
Up to this point, the queen has studied the proceedings with an even expression. She half rises from her throne as she fixates on Prince Arui.
You are the one who mistakes my throne room for a sparring arena. I say this is beneath us.
As Arui lowers his head, the queen slowly centers her gaze on you and leaves it there.
An interesting visitor in difficult times. You cannot be here to deliver a favorable omen.
Though her mouth doesn't move, Onikaza's voice comes to you like an insistent memory nestled amongst your surface thoughts.
The gods remember the honest, and so do I.
Onikaza nods.
Allow me to apologize as I toss you before the wolves.
It's all good. Though she turns to the dignitaries, you still feel her attention upon you.
This one is a watcher blessed by Tangaloa. I suspect that many of our questions about Hasongo will soon be answered.
The queen's voice fills the expansive throne room, leaving you with a hushed silence to fill. If it pleases the court, I've journeyed from the crippled Port Mage.
I know this one. His parlor tricks frightened 10 years of every sailor in Queensborough.
Raising her hand for silence, Onikaza looks to her brother. He approaches and they exchange a few words too quietly to hear. She lifts her gaze to you once more.
We assembled to discuss the darkening of Hasongo, one of Rawatai's colonies. Watcher, it seems you have the floor.
It's possible that Yothis only paused at Hasongo on his way to parts unknown.
What sailor's tale is this?
There's no sane explanation for what's been happening.
keep waiting for one, it'll be too late.
Does tilling the soils of the Eastern Reach drive all men mad? You sound as crazy as the Dawnstar Dreamers.
She looks at dead air the way one would look at an especially rabid but fascinating animal.
Have you not heard the rumors, Karu? An Hydra Colossus marching across the sea. Sailor tales, but credible ones.
Nero crosses his arms, looking distinctly uncomfortable.
I'm acquainted with the Watcher of Cadua from my assignments in Defiance Bay and Twin Elms.
So, Palagina was a companion from the first game that I did not get because she was from the... she was not somebody I encountered, basically.
Diverus? It explains the colorful nature of your reports.
I have seen things with him that are not even told in the most outlandish of sailors' tales.
And I'm supposed to take two Valians at their word.
She gestures between Nero and Palagina.
How came a Watcher from half the world away to be involved in these happenings? Enlighten the court.
Aothis emerged from beneath Cadnua, my castle. He made this personal. Silence descends on the hall. Courtiers and delegates eye one another, seemingly gauging which of them will be first to laugh. A stern look from Queen Anakaza turns every questioning glance to stone.
Tracking down a god who stands as tall as a mountain. A fisherman with poor eyesight could do this. My priests will trip over their feet to interpret his divine plan. Watcher, can you cut through the din and tell for what he comes to the Deadfire?
Yes, I plan on using the Adra pillars to track and ultimately confront Aothis.
How resourceful of you. The Isles are studded with enough luminous Adra to bankroll an economy.
She turns a quiet glance in Nero's direction.
I believe our course is clear. We will send the Watcher to Hisongo.
Anakaza spreads her hands, calmly assured of her reasoning.
Set sail to the west of Nekataka. I would tell you to keep a weather eye out for a lighthouse, but the God of Light did not appreciate competition. Something to add, Hazanui? You have an eager look about you. She believes herself entitled to my ear, I say.
Anakaza's gaze wanders back to you only briefly.
Only that Hisongo is a Rawatayan outpost. It would be useful for the Watcher to take one of ours along.
She inclines her chin at another woman standing nearby. A composed Ama stands at attention, her furrowed brow cleaving down otherwise worn features. By her feet, a colorful bird preens itself without concern.
Maya's an expert sailor and a better sharpshooter. The best the Brass Citadel has to offer.
She looks you in the eye and gives you a slow nod.
Whatever comes your way, she'll see it first.
If it gets me and Ashiza out of diplomat duty, we'd set sail with a drunk scolder at the helm.
Maya sighs with resignation and nudges her bird affectionately with her toe.
Shut us out entirely? We have every right to know of any hazards in these waters. Palagina, go with the Watcher. See that the Republics are served in this investigation.
Neo turns to the godlike warrior standing off to the side.
Your Excellency, Hamed Consualias.
Palagina's golden eyes flash in your direction, but her face betrays no hint of emotion.
That will be enough parading of champions for now. I'm certain that our guest knows how to assemble a crew.
Anakaza raises her brow and scrutinizes the pair. Can't I take both? I need all the help I can get.
Akira, if you can stand the chattering of unlike minds on your ship, that is your prerogative.
Anakaza blinks with amusement. She takes note of the look that Maya and Palagina exchange.
Good thing I'm already accustomed to cramped quarters and temperamental birds.
She winks at Palagina. Seraphim strokes his braided beard beneath a quiet smirk. Zoti nibbles on her lips to hide a spreading
We
smile.
both have our orders. I have no interest in interfering with you as long as you do not interfere with me.
Alof nods, a quiet smile etched across his lips.
I believe we are finished here. Are we?
Queen Anakaza rises from her throne. The surrounding guards stand at immediate
Aren't
attention.
we popular? Take care at Hisongo. The Deadfire was overfull before Aothis blundered in.
Anakaza nods to you as she adjourns.
And take care with your trading company spies.
She glances at Maya and Palagina.
I say it is beyond time our guests lick their wounds somewhere else.
He banishes the foreign dignitaries with a swift and unmistakably disgusted wave. Okay, this queen is pretty cool. Alright, we are going with just Ranger for her. And then we are going with Paladin for her. And I'm going to leave them in the... I don't know. I feel like I want to trade some in.
Watch her while we have the chance.
All right. Who said that and where? And I gotta level people up, don't I? Let's talk to the prince.
Your coming is a favorable omen already.
The prince nods and crosses his arms, a self-satisfied smile on his lips. I'm just happy to be alive.
Such modesty, I say. You happen by a time when our rivals bicker and tear at each other's throats. It does not take a priest to see how the gods send us an outsider to dig under the skin of our enemies.
Arui chuckles to himself and nods. You don't seem to take your rivals very seriously.
Can I, when they posture and peck like a pair of kata birds?
Arui smirks and shakes his head.
I will not paddle around the island. My sister wants to know if you are as useful as you are disruptive. She trusts me to judge this. You did not come this far to serve the crown, I say. But sailing is an expensive hobby. Royal service can keep your galley stocked.
Have any problems with loyalty lately?
Nangata is a city of friends, I say. We exchange so much between districts.
His smile tightens into a hard line.
Even my sister's advisors dine at the officers' lounge and indulge at the wild mare.
Arui grimaces and looks away. I take it you prefer friends to remain close.
Here in Serpent's Crown, I can guarantee safety, but cavorting with outsiders, Akira, that is open water.
He opens his palms and sighs.
A helpful warning, Herald of Bereth, from one friend to another.
What kind of loyal service did you have in mind?
My sister keeps a tight grip on Nakataka, but the filth of it drips down her palm and into the gullet.
He opens his hand for emphasis and wipes it across his shoulder.
Under our noses, I say, do foreigners smuggle contraband and pay the Rapau for their silence? Take this if you need proof.
He tosses you a silver medallion inscribed with Valiant honorifics. You gain the envoy's badge, a Valiant envoy medallion. The Republic's award these for exemplary services.
You are sharper than my guards for knowing this, I say. An envoy ship sank a day's voyage out of Nakataka. He wore that on his breast. My guards recovered it in the raid of the gullet. This confirms my suspicion.
Oh, hunting more pirates.
Pirate problem.
Arui's upper lip curls with distaste.
Smugglers and thieves cluster like rats in Delver's Row, a growth in the bowels of our city.
You think pirates raiding those Republic's bastards be the source of your people's agony? Wonder what the gullet folk would be thinking of that. Sir,
anyone who preys on my people will know Onikaza's justice in time, I say.
Arui narrows his eyes at Seraphim.
I want someone to peddle the medallion to the black market, earn the trust of these pirates, and learn how supplies come into my city.
To what end?
It will depend on what you find, I say.
Arui folds his arms and scrutinizes the floor between his feet, deep in thought.
Onikaza leaves this for me to handle. While she worries about the manor, I tidy up the basement.
Anything else I should know?
Yours is not a face that others will recognize. Let no one learn that you work for the crown. They say you're on familiar terms with Ngati's chosen son, Takeo. See that he joins you in the gullet. He knows something of our troubles already.
What's that?
Give me its confidence, I say. I leave the rest for him.
All right, so that's one of my crewmates. I gotta go ahead and switch him out.
I fear the caverns run deeper than even Ngati could guess.
The prince dismisses you with a nod. So I do have level ups to get. And I guess I do need to switch the party around once I get out. But for now, I'm going to wrap it up here. And we will continue next time. This has been the RPG Crawler with Pillars of Eternity 2. If you like what you've seen, remember to leave a like, comment on your feedback, and subscribe for more RPG content. Until next time, take care and goodbye. And if you are still watching, I would like to take the opportunity to thank my supporters, the top tiers of which are listed on the screen, without whose support I would not have been able to offer the variety of content that I have on this channel throughout the years. If you're feeling particularly generous and would like to join them, You can support the channel. There are a variety of options to do so. I have a Patreon, a Subscribe Star, as well as channel memberships enabled. If you are not in a position to contribute, simply leaving a like, a comment, or sharing my videos are all wonderful ways to help the channel grow without spending a dime, and are all greatly appreciated.